Sometimes I dream that he is me. Got to see, that's how I dream to be.
Think about how much fun the game of basketball would be if you were a great shooter. What if, every time you stepped onto the basketball court, you knew that you were the best shooter in the gym? I believe that almost all great shooters shoot the basketball with a technique like the AllNet shooting method. The AllNet shooting method has been proven to work at all levels and can be used by any player. So let's get started. The first thing I'll talk about is balance, because your feet and legs help control your body's motion, which can affect everything in your shot. For proper balance in a base, I recommend to stand with your feet shoulder-width apart in a staggered stance, meaning your right foot is slightly in front of your left. I'm going to balls on my feet, and notice my toe of my right foot is tilted slightly to the corner of the backboard or the left part of the rim. Have good knee bend, and notice I have a lead shoulder and a lead foot. My right side is in front of my left side. Now, if you're left-handed, you need to reverse everything I say and put your left side, meaning you have a lead foot and lead shoulder as well. During the shot, the body's motion should be up and forward towards the center of the basket. Get a feel for this motion by first practicing free throws and standstill jump shots. When shooting the basketball on the move, you can shoot by coming to a jump stop by planting both feet at the same time, or by establishing a pivot foot, which is sometimes referred to as a 1-2 step. You need to control your body so that your balance does not negatively affect your shooting motion. Remember, the body's motion should be up and forward towards the center of the basket. Great shooters have complete control of the basketball and can make the ball go straight towards the center of the basket every time they step onto a court. How do you get this control? With your hands and arms. Spread your hand comfortably so your index and middle finger are in the center of the basketball. The ball rests on the fingertips and the pad at the base of the fingers, not on your palm. Notice that there's a small space between your palm and the ball. Do not put your shooting hand on the side of the ball because it will force you to incorrectly use the thumb of your off hand during the shot. Do not put your fingers too close together because the basketball will rest on the palm and you will lose control. Bend your wrist back and make an L with your upper arm and forearm. Notice the slight angle of your forearm. It is in a comfortable position. When you combine proper hand position and L position, you should be able to hold the basketball in one hand without the ball moving. Your elbow should be on the right side of your body over your right foot. The proper release point is on the right side of the body above the forehead. You should be able to see the basket with both of your eyes. Lock your elbow, then snap your wrist. The fingers should point down towards the ground with space between the fingers. The angle of your arm should be similar to the one seen here, with the locked elbow out in front ending just above your eye. With the proper follow-through, you should be able to create the right amount of arc on your shot, meaning the ball should be at a good height and not flat throughout the shot. Make sure you hold your follow-through until the ball reaches the basket. Following through correctly will cause good rotation and backspin of the basketball, which will help give you great control. With proper hand position, L position, and follow-through, you should be able to make the basketball go straight with good rotation with only one hand. This one-handed L drill is the first drill I recommend practicing. Put in the L position. Put your offhand down to the side and learn to control the basketball with only one hand. Start in the L position and bend your knees and bring the L down. As you push up with your legs, move the shooting arm up and follow through. Therefore, the arms and legs work together. Please pay close attention to your hand position, L position, and follow-through, as well as the rotation. If you have smaller hands, you should still be able to do this drill as long as you keep your wrist bent back and straight. Your non-shooting hand is called your offhand. In my case, the offhand is my left hand. When holding the basketball in the L position, the offhand should be placed on the side of the basketball with the fingertips and the pad of the hand touching the basketball. Notice the thumb is placed on the side of the basketball and not behind the ball. In slow motion, the release of the shot looks like this. The shooting hand and arm go through the L position into the follow-through while the offhand releases from the basketball. The shooting hand and arm shoot the basketball entirely. The offhand is only used to help position the basketball in the shooting hand and control the ball as you move quickly into and through your shooting motion. The offhand stays straight and the fingers and thumb point up toward the ceiling when you're done. The off arm should stay slightly bent at the elbow. When you complete your shot, the shooting hand should be a few inches higher than the offhand, and there should be about 5 to 6 inches of space between your hands after your follow-through. Remember, your balance and motion are up and forward, and there should be no motion to the side with your body or your hands. If your offhand releases properly from the basketball and your shooting arm and hand follow through correctly, the basketball will go straight with good rotation, and you will be on your way to becoming a better shooter. Do not get your power by tilting to the side or by pushing with two hands. It is much better to have perfect form with a low release point than it is to develop bad habits. As you get bigger and stronger, you can move your release point up over time. While shooting a jump shot, use the swinging motion of your arms and hands to create momentum. You need to get the ball up to the proper release point while you jump and then release the basketball just before the top or peak of your jump. Do not pause at the top of your jump before releasing the ball. This will cause your momentum to stop, and most likely you will develop a hesitation or hitch in your shooting motion, which will decrease your range and accuracy. Remember, use a swinging motion to create momentum and release the ball just before the top of your jump. The more momentum you can create, the better range you will have. As a young player, I had poor shooting technique and was an inconsistent shooter. However, I made adjustments in my own shooting technique, so I know what it takes to change. When you change your shooting technique, you have to be patient and not get discouraged. Many times, players have been shooting the basketball for many years the wrong way and have developed bad habits. Changing a habit after many years is difficult, but definitely can be done with great success. To change and become a great shooter, you need to do 3 things. Number 1, realize why you are a streaky or inconsistent shooter. Number 2, learn the correct technique to shoot the basketball. Number 3, practice the correct technique over and over. By watching this video, you should be able to realize why you are a streaky or inconsistent shooter, and you should be able to learn the correct shooting technique. I can only recommend that you practice the correct way, but I can't practice for you. In order to change, you have to spend hours and hours by yourself practicing and take it step by step.